Hello and welcome back. I'm Lost and this is Hearts of Iron 4 where we are playing as Japan. And at present the Russian Siberian troops are rushing back to defend Moscow, followed closely behind by a huge swarm of Japanese soldiers. Because why not? We are, however, running low on manpower, and we are already at extensive conscription, so I don't want to push any harder. But let's keep moving. If we can end the war with Russia, then our manpower problems will probably be resolved. If Purple can manage to sweep up the south, we can narrow the front with red and green and make this assault stronger. See? Low manpower. Which is fine. We're managing. We're not having... No, the problem is airfields. The Russians have vast aerial superiority at the present time. Let's fix that. We will put the massive Japanese infrastructure machinery to work at building airfields. And let's double check and see if we can... Oh, yep, need roads. The war that was won by roads. Alright. Come on. They're going to be out of resources. So India is now fighting a civil war. And a few Russian divisions have just been cut off and killed. Alright. So now purple, your front line can extend to here. Yeah, the biggest problem I'm running into down here is resources, supplies. This has long been my tribulation in my trek across Russia. I just need supplies, and I can continue this. That and an overwhelming amount of manpower. I don't need all of this diplomatic stuff. Just let me fight my war. Let me end the Russians. No, you are attacking recklessly. That's the problem. That's where all my manpower is going. Foolish attacks. That's why my manpower is bleeding so badly. Carrier fighters. Well, carrier fighters will do. Nope. Hitting the wrong button. Don't want to waste my aircraft. So I have them repair and only have one flying night missions, which should help redress the balance of air power in this region. Two, three, four, five, six, seven. Yep, they're all ordered. Okay. Alright, let's see if the balance of air power shifts. Helped. Now let's add some tactical bombers. Alright, now I've got full coverage and support for my ground troops with air. All I have to do is seal this off, and I'll be in great shape. I'll even be able to pull some of my troops out of the red and green zone. Or shrink the red and green line to make it stronger. While purple takes up a section on the south and pushes towards Stalingrad. Okay, you need to get up to the river line. And then we'll shrink green's front line. Oh, dear Lord. In a very, very short period of time, what looked like a good possibility of winning this war has turned into a very long and drawn-out bloody conflict. The Axis is dying. It's 1946, though, and the guys held out for a pretty damn long time. Let's see if we can't get our troops to rebuild. I don't like these odds. Russia is coming back with a vengeance. This is very worrying for me. Great, I just lost one of my airfields. Well, with the Russians having beaten with the Axis collapsing, effectively. Italy's out. I mean, I don't even know who's left at the Axis at this point. I can't beat the Soviet Union now. And they're pushing me back all along the front. I keep fighting for the moment, but I'm starting to think this is a lost cause. Especially if the Axis collapses. The moment the Axis collapses, the Russians they turn everything they've been using against the Germans on me, and I cannot withstand that. It's the biggest problem with playing the Japanese against the Russians. All of Russia's valuables are here. If you're playing as the Germans, you can race through this territory and you can knock the Russians out. But as the Japanese, you've got to cover 3/4 of their country before you even hit anything valuable. I mean, look at it. They're 43% of the way towards capitulation. I control so much of their land, but they're still holding strong. There is not much I can do here. I'm not at war with the Allies. Well, there goes Berlin. The Axis will be out of this soon enough, and at that point, yep. Okay, let's see how bad this is. That's what the... Great, that's the common turn. I can't win this war. Not because I can't beat the Russians, though I doubt I can. I can't beat Spain. So this war will never end. And if it does, then I've got to deal with the Allies. Yay! Ugh. If the Allies were at war with the Soviets, I'd be in great shape. But as it is, this is a done deal. I can't stem the tide. It's only going to get worse. Shit. We're doing so well. Well, I think that's where I'm going to give it a go. We came so close. If the Germans had held on, if the Germans had been even remotely competent in this game, and had taken Moscow, and they were close. They spent so much time right on Moscow. If they had hit Moscow, the Russians would have been out. And then they would have been able to turn all of their forces back to the west, and the Allies would have been gone. A remotely competent Germany in this war would have seen an end to it. I'd be sitting pretty with half of Russia, pulling in the resources, the manpower. I've already got all the infrastructure. I could have then turned my troops south to China. But no, Germany just could not pull it off. And I could sit here and I could spend the next 10 minutes watching as the Russians push me back across half their country. That just isn't fun. I know I've lost. Even if I somehow, miraculously, manage to stop the Russians, which, given the strength and tactical positioning of my armies, is almost impossible. If, somehow, back here I manage to stop them, then I've still got the problem of, sure, I've halted their reconquest of their country, but I don't have the equipment. I've never had the equipment to launch this attack. I've been short on everything since the start. Oh well. It's an interesting playthrough. Maybe next time we'll do something different as Japan, or maybe next time we'll play as the Soviets and see what we can do. Until then, good luck in your own wars and happy gaming.